Yeah, I get it. I'm on a TV show, I've got the suit, the desk. But sometimes, you just gotta get out there. See the world. The world is weird. In the best way possible. We all know the big guys, right? The Eiffel Tower, the Great Wall, the Statue of Liberty. A-listers of landmarks. But today we go backstage. Indie darlings, cult classics. We're uncovering surprising landmarks around the world and revealing fascinating country facts you didn't know. Get ready. This trip is just... wow. Some of this stuff you'll think I'm making up. I'm not. It's all real. Fiery pits, crooked forests, mountains that look straight out of a sci-fi movie. Buckle up. Popcorn or passport. Fun one, I promise. Quick favor, hit subscribe now, share and like. Thank you. Alright, first up, we're heading down to Central America, to the beautiful country of Belize. Now, Belize is amazing. Fun fact. It's the only country in Central America where English is the official language, but we're not here for a language lesson. We're here for something bigger, something bluer. It's called the Great Blue Hole. And when I say great, I mean great. It's a gigantic marine sinkhole right off the coast. Imagine a perfect circle of the deepest, darkest blue you've ever seen, surrounded by the bright turquoise of the Caribbean. It's just breathtaking. This thing is so massive, so perfectly circular, that you can actually see it from space. I'm not kidding. Astronauts look down and go, "Whoa, what is that giant blue dot?" It's over 1,000 feet across and more than 400 feet deep. It's like the planet just decided to poke a hole in the ocean floor. It was formed during the last ice age when sea levels were much lower. It was originally a limestone cave system, and when the ocean rose, the roof collapsed, creating this incredible underwater cavern. It's wild to think about, right? Naturally, a place this mysterious and awesome is a magnet for adventurers. Scuba divers from all over the planet flock here. It's like the Mount Everest for divers. They go down into the darkness to see these incredible underwater stalactites and stalagmites, rock formations you'd normally find in a dry cave, but they're hundreds of feet underwater. You'll see sharks swimming around, like Caribbean reef sharks and even hammerheads. It's not a dive for beginners, that's for sure. Okay? From the deep blue sea, we're heading to the middle of a desert. Like, the complete opposite. We're going to Turkmenistan, a country in Central Asia. Now, here's a fun Turkmenistan fact for you. They are obsessed with melons. Seriously. They have a national holiday called Melon Day. I love that. A whole day dedicated to melons. I respect that. But we're here for something a little hotter. Something a little more eternal. It's a place called the Darvaza gas crater. But everyone knows it by its much cooler nickname, the Door to Hell. And folks, it looks exactly like it sounds. Imagine a giant crater in the middle of the Catacombs desert, about the size of a football field, and it is on fire. Not just a little fire. It's a raging, fiery inferno that has been burning non-stop for decades. At night it glows so brightly you can see it from miles away. It's like someone opened a portal to the underworld and just left the door open. It's mesmerizing, it's terrifying, it's absolutely one of the weirdest things you'll ever see. So, how did this happen? Was it a meteor? An ancient curse? Nope. It was us. Humans did this. The story goes that back in 1971, Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas. The ground beneath their rig collapsed, creating this huge crater and releasing a ton of poisonous methane gas. So, they had an idea. A very, very bad good idea. They thought, hey, let's just light it on fire. It'll burn off in a few weeks. A few weeks, they said. Well, that was over 50 years ago, and it's still burning. Whoops. You can actually go there. People camp out near the edge, which sounds insane and also kind of awesome. You can feel the heat radiating off of it. Imagine telling your friends, yeah, I'm going camping this weekend, next to the Door to Hell. It's the ultimate campfire story. Because you're the ultimate campfire. The sheer scale of it is hard to comprehend until you're there, standing at the precipice, looking down into this blazing abyss. It's a testament to a massive miscalculation that turned into an accidental and very permanent tourist attraction. It's just one of those things that shouldn't exist, but it does. A man-made mistake that nature can't seem to put out. It's a fiery, burning reminder that sometimes our best-laid plans can go spectacularly, brilliantly wrong. And in this case, it created something that draws people from all over the world, the door to hell. Sounds scary, but honestly, it looks pretty cool. Just, don't get too close. And maybe bring some marshmallows. A lot of marshmallows. Alright, let's leave the fire and brimstone behind and go somewhere a little more whimsical and a little more mysterious. We're off to Poland, a country with an incredible history, and get this, the world's largest castle, Malbork Castle. It's huge, but we're not visiting a castle. We're heading into a forest near the small town of Grafino in West Pomerania. This isn't just any forest though. This is the Crooked Forest, or Krzywy Las. And trust me, it lives up to its name. Picture this, you're walking through a normal pine forest, and then suddenly, you enter a grove where every single tree is bent. I'm talking about a sharp 90-degree curve at the base of the trunk, and they all bend in the same direction, north. Then, they straighten up and grow towards the sky like a regular tree. It's a whole group of about 400 pine trees that look like upside-down question marks. It's so uniform, so strange, it feels like you've walked onto the set of a Tim Burton movie. It's beautifully bizarre. So, the big question is, why? What happened here? And the answer is, nobody knows for sure. That's what makes it so cool. There are a ton of theories though. Some people think a unique gravitational pull in that specific area caused the trees to grow this way. I don't know about that, sounds a little sci-fi, but hey, who am I to say? It would be the only place on Earth with its own weird little gravity field. A more plausible theory is that humans did this. The trees were planted sometime in the 1930s. One idea is that farmers intentionally bent the young saplings, maybe by weighing them down, to grow curved wood for building furniture, for the ribs of a boat hull, or even yokes for ox carts. It makes sense, right? You grow the wood in the shape you need it. But then, World War II broke out, the town was disrupted, and the people who were doing it either left or, well, And the project was just abandoned, leaving this strange, silent grove of crooked trees behind. Whatever the reason, the result is magical. It's a quiet, eerie, and enchanting place. It feels like a secret that the forest has been keeping for almost a century. Walking among those trees, all bending in unison like they're bowing to some invisible king, is an experience you won't forget. It's a perfect example of how a mystery can be just as compelling as a known fact. The Crooked Forest doesn't give up its secrets easily, and that's why we love it. Okay, put on your hiking boots, because we are heading to the good old USA. Specifically, the border of Arizona and Utah. It's a place called, simply, the Wave. Imagine the ocean, frozen in time. Now imagine that frozen ocean is psychedelic, striped sandstone. That's the Wave. A swirling chute of red, pink, orange, yellow rock that flows and curves like water. The lines, striations, create this sense of movement. A natural sculpture on a massive scale. Getting there is not easy. It's fragile. The sandstone fins can break if treated carelessly. So the Bureau of Land Management runs a lottery. Only a handful of permits each day, about 64. It's like winning the lottery. A golden ticket moment. The hike is an adventure. 6 miles round trip through unmarked desert. No trail. You get a map with photos and GPS coordinates, and you have to find your way. It's hot. Bring lots of water. Don't get lost. But the payoff is worth it. Crest the ridge and the wave unfolds. Breathtaking. Alright, let's switch gears. We've seen nature's beauty, now let's get a little spooky, a little macabre. We're going to Paris, France, the city of love, the Eiffel Tower, amazing food, and millions of skeletons stacked up in tunnels under the city. Yep. We're talking about the Catacombs of Paris. It's one of the most chilling, fascinating, and popular dark tourism spots in the world. Back in the late 18th century, Paris had a problem. A big, smelly problem. Its cemeteries, like the famous Saints Innocents Cemetery, were overflowing. Walls collapsed and spilled into neighboring properties. It was a major public health crisis. So the city made a drastic decision. They used hundreds of miles of ancient limestone quarries and tunnels beneath the city. Starting in 1786 and for decades after, a massive, secretive project began. Every night, wagons covered in black cloth transported exhumed bones to the quarries. They didn't just dump the bones. Louis-Étienne Héricard de Torii turned it into something artistic, a visitable ossuary. He arranged bones and skulls into elaborate decorative patterns. You walk through tunnels lined with femurs, tibias, skulls stacked neatly. Sometimes they form a heart or a cross. At the entrance, arrête. C'est ici l'Empire de la Mort. Stop. This is the Empire of Death. Walking through feels like a city of the dead. The final resting place for over 6 million Parisians. A powerful, humbling experience. Okay, from the depths of Paris, we're climbing to the top of the world. We're heading to South America, to a place so unique, it straddles 3 countries: Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana. We're talking about Mount Roraima. When the clouds part and you see this massive, floating island in the sky, it's just otherworldly. Geologists say these tepuis are some of the oldest geological formations on Earth, dating back 2 billion years. That's billion, with a B. Because it's been so isolated, the top is a unique ecosystem. Black frogs that can't hop, carnivorous pitcher plants, strange, alien-looking flora. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote The Lost World in 1912, inspired by Roraima, and later, Pixar's up-modeled Paradise Falls on these tepuis. It's a multi-day hike through rain and mud to reach the one natural ramp up the cliffs. But the reward is like no other. On top, black rocks, pink sand, quartz crystals everywhere. Alright, time to relax a little. We're flying to Turkey, to Pamukkale, Cotton Castle. Travertine terraces filled with warm turquoise water. The Romans built the spa city of Hierapolis right above. Temples, a huge theater, a vast necropolis. You walk barefoot through warm mineral water, a unique sensory experience. Swim among toppled Roman columns in Cleopatra's pool, literally swimming through history. Now Japan, Miyajima's floating Torii gate. At high tide it looks like it's floating, a gateway to the sacred at Itsukushima Shrine. At low tide you can walk to its base, watch the bold deer. They'll try to eat your map. Back to South America, Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni. In rainy season it becomes the world's largest mirror. The horizon disappears. At night, it reflects the Milky Way, stars above and below. You feel like you're floating through the galaxy. Final stop, Northern Ireland's Giant's Causeway. About 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, like a giant's honeycomb road. Legend says Fionn McCumhile built a stone bridge to Scotland. Science says cooling lava cracked into perfect columns. And that's a wrap. Wow. From a burning crater in Turkmenistan, a floating gate in Japan, a boneyard under Paris, a giant mirror in Bolivia, the world is so much weirder, more beautiful, and more surprising than we can even imagine. These places aren't just dots on a map, they're stories, they're mysteries. They are invitations from our planet to get out there and just say, whoa. Which of these landmarks surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below.